look, at some point, you're not going to want to work 60 hours a week. At some point in the future, you know, hopefully sooner than later, that you're going to want to figure out how to get out of the field. Okay, now if you love writing life insurance, God bless you, man. Write it till you're 80 years old. We don't care. But at some point, you're going to think, you know what? I want to take things a little bit easy. Instead of 60 hours a week, I'd rather work 40 or 20. The only problem with that in selling life insurance is that your income goes down commensurate with how many hours, right? So wouldn't you like to find a way where you can ramp down your field sales and ramp up your override sales on building an agency, where you actually have an exit strategy where you don't have to work in the field as a salesperson the rest of your life, right? You're not dependent on that sales income. And this is what we're going to show you. You know, you're not going to have to be Ned Ryerson from the movie Groundhog's Day, where every person you run into is a potential prospect, right? Okay, so we're going to show you how to break out of that trap, all right, by building an agency building. So let's talk about the agency building side of the business. And I think you're going to get excited because the biggest thing I run into when people want to build an agency with us, they want to know how we're different than all those 3-letter and 5-letter IMOs out there that sell life insurance on a lead program. You know, it's too easy to say, well, y'all are about the same, so what kind of commission rate can you give me? It's like, dude, you have no idea. We are different, and we are different in a substantive way. Okay, so let's tell you how we're different. Number one, you can earn overrides on agents in your agency in other states without having to get a non-resident license. All those other IMOs out there, you have to have a non-resident license in a state if you're going to override someone in that state. The only problem is sometimes you don't know that you have an agent in that state, and then you don't know that you need your non-resident license because someone hired someone who hired someone that happens to be in Montana. You don't have your Montana license. What happens is that person writes business, you didn't know it, and your overrides get passed up to the next licensed person who has a non-resident license in Montana. And you don't know. So like, how do you combat that when your group starts getting big? You got to get a license and non-resident license in every state. Well, guess what? With the alliance, with Abuyuan Financial, you don't got to ever worry about that. It doesn't matter where they are. You're going to earn an override on them, or whether or not you have a license, non-resident license in that state. It's kind of cool. Here's another thing. You can override agents that are with carriers that you're not appointed with. So let's say, for example, you're appointed with Mutual of Omaha, Columbia Financial Group, and Foresters, but you're not licensed with Americo. And then somewhere in your group, you got someone in another state that writes an Americo product. Well, if you're not contracted with Americo and you don't have a non-resident license, okay, let's say you do have a non-resident license in Montana, but that person's with Americo and you're not. That Americo commission gets passed up to your next upline in all those other IMOs out there. But with us, just like the non-resident license, doesn't matter. You could be with one company with us. Let's say you're only with Foresters with us. You will still get overrides from all the carriers that we write with, from all your agents, no matter where they are. Is that cool or what? And I'll tell you what, man, I've had that in the past where back in the old days, I used to miss commissions with other companies that, I mean, I should get contract with all the carriers, but you know, when you get started, when we get a new carrier, you know, that happens. You know, someone gets with them quick and they write a policy and that, you know, that override passes me up. Well, we don't got that problem anymore. Here's the next one. Chargebacks are paid back from all the carrier commissions. In other words, what typically happens when you're building an agency is you have an agent that gets a big chargeback from, let's say, Foresters. Let's say it's a $2,500 chargeback. So that agent is not going to write Foresters because they know that any commissions that they earn will go back to pay that chargeback off. And so they're kind of like, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to lose any money. So they start writing more CFG, or they start writing more Mutual of Omaha until they get a big chargeback from CFG. And then they stop writing CFG and they just write Mutual of Omaha. Well, the problem with that is if that chargeback debt keeps sitting there, that debt will then go up to the next upline And then the upline has to deal with making that agent pay that chargeback off if they never deal with it, right? And so what we've done is we protected the integrity of the upline downline relationship, because when someone has a chargeback with Foresters, all their commissions that are coming in from all the carriers goes to pay that chargeback off. So you don't got to worry about a debt rolling up to you, because everything else they're writing goes to pay that chargeback off right away. And the agent continues to, create income. We can even have it to where 50% of all their commissions goes to pay that chargeback off, and then they get the other half from all the carriers. So do you see how it could protect you from getting hit with chargebacks, debt roll up from agents? No one else does this, but we do it, and it's pretty cool. And it protects your agent too. It gets your agent to be responsible financially with all their commissions. And we pay on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so chargebacks get wiped out pretty quick. Here's another one. No other company out there except ours will allow you to make overrides on your agent's renewals. They will all do what we do, which is making overrides on your agent's first year income. But none of those other carriers will allow you to make overrides on your agent's renewals. It is so awesome. And I'm going to go into the concept of vertical and horizontal compensation that you're going to earn on all your agents' renewals. Again, no other company out there does that. We're going to do that for you. And you saw in that example of the income, can you imagine getting override on agents that are making, putting in 70 grand a year renewals? You get a piece of that every year that client creates that, that agent creates that. Is that cool? It's insane. And I'm going to show you how that works. Promotions are immediate. So the problem with all these other IMOs is that once you earn a promotion, it only kicks in the date that your contract level changes. So any business that you write after that point, you get paid at the new commission rate. Well, with us, you get promoted immediately, you can make money immediately. So let's say you have $10,000 of pending business that hasn't been issued yet. You earn a promote, let's say you're at a 85%, you earn a 90% commission rate. As soon as we promote you to 95% or 90%, whatever, all the business you have in pending that gets issued will be issued at the higher commission rate. So there's no waiting for your business to write business with your new commission rate. You get paid immediately, man. This is pretty cool. That's an important thing, because some of our top agents have 20, 30,000 in pending that's waiting to be issued. They're going to get paid at the higher commission rate on all that stuff. We actually have the highest Medicare comp in the country. We have 3 components of Medicare that we pay, which agents can make as much as $600 to $650 on a Medicare Advantage policy. Now you tell me what IMO is going to give you that. And again, here's the cool thing. If you never sold Medicare, you never got your AHIP, and you never got contracted with Cigna, Aetna, United Healthcare, Wellspring, and SureBridge, you're still going to earn overrides on all your agents who are Medicare experts. Is that cool? You don't have to be contracted with any of those Medicare companies, but you're going to earn commissions on all the Medicare business. It's pretty insane, man. Oh, and we have this cool thing where we have a registered investment advisor where we can move annuity money, fixed index annuity money, into annuities. But the problem sometimes is, let's say someone has $500,000 in a 401k that they want to move. Suitability guidelines tell you that you can only move, like, say, 300,000 of it. And in the old days, we were only able to move that 300,000, and we couldn't do anything with the other 200,000. Well, now we have the ability to take the 300,000, put it in an annuity, get paid on that annuity. The other 200,000 we can put into managed money, into some mutual fund or some securities, until such time down the road, 6 months to a year later, then we can move all of it into an annuity, and then you're going to get paid on that. But here's the cool thing. On managed money, you're going to make a commission on managed money without having a securities license. Okay, and it's straight up legal. You just got to sign a letter, and then you're going to make a commission on the managed money too. And then when that managed money gets moved into annuity, bam, man, you get all that commission on that annuity sale. So now we got the ability to capture all the money, and we have the ability to move it right away. So you do not have to wait until that company releases the money. We can move it right away from jump, stick it in a TD Ameritrade account, and then wait for that annuity application to get approved, and then we immediately move that money and fund it. So you'll get paid 30 to 60 days sooner than you would with other programs out there. Does that make sense? Retirement, okay. You don't have to know anything about annuities. We have a retirement expert that will help you close annuity sales, all right, and help the client move their money into some managed money too. So you don't have to know anything about that. You will set up an appointment for our registered investment advisor to call them, and you can be on the line too, and then they will advise them what to do. You write out the application, bam, it's done. So let's talk about this concept of vertical compensation, horizontal compensation. And let me illustrate it to you so you can see how this works. So what is vertical compensation? Well, simply like all the other IMOs out there, it's the difference between your commission rate and your downline organization. The first person in that organization, it's the difference between your commission rate and theirs. So let's say you're at 100% commission rate, and let's say that first agent as the head of that organization is at a 95%. So the vertical compensation is 5%. So you're going to make 5% override on the entire issue paid volume in that organization. So our vertical comp is just like all the other IMOs out there. But here's the problem. The problem is when that organization gets promoted to 100%, they match your 100% commission rate. Therefore, your vertical comp goes to 0%. You lose the override on that entire organization until you can figure out how to get to the 105, right? The 105 commission rate. So you're hustling trying to get to 105, but all this time you're losing that vertical comp on this organization. That's the problem with all those other IMOs out there, okay? So let's show you how we take care of that. We have what we call horizontal compensation. So in this example, you've got a vertical compensation of 5%, but we have a horizontal compensation that we call glow bonus. It's the generational loyalty override. And you get paid per layer of 85% commission rate people and above down to 7 generations. So let me show you how this works. So the first level of people at the 85% and above, you can see here, they're at the 95% level at the top of those organizations. You're going to make not only the vertical compensation of 5% on each of the 3 organizations because they're at 95, but you're going to make an additional 8% on all the first layer of 85%ers. You're going to make 5% on all the second layer, 4% on the third, 2% on the fourth, 2% on the fifth, 1% on the sixth, and 1% on the seventh layer in generations. Do you see how it adds another 23%? So you get paid a horizontal compensation to include the 5% override on all 3 of those organizations. Now check this out. Let's say all 3 of those organizations get to the 100% commission rate. You still make the horizontal compensation with the glow bonuses, but you lose your vertical your compensation. But you don't lose because you still make all that money in the glow bonus. And so you're not afraid of organizations running up on your commission rate. In fact, you want everyone to pass you up. You want everyone to pass you because you still make the horizontal compensation. So let's show you what this means in terms of real money and real examples. So this top level here shows their promotion system on all those 3-letter and 5-letter IMOs, right? So again, you're at 100%, you've got a leg at 95%. Let's say they're doing $150,000 of issue paid volume. You're making $7,500 every month off the overrides on that organization, okay? But look what happens. They get promoted to 100%. That $150,000, you're getting 0 overrides. You lose $7,500 a month of income. There you go, you lose it. Now look at our promotion system. Same leg, 150,000, they're at 95%. You're making 7,500 in overrides in the vertical comp, but check out the horizontal comp. Okay, and this is typically how an organization is laid out volume-wise. So we just apply the 8%, 5, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1. You're going to make an additional 8,953 and 13 cents on the horizontal compensation. So you immediately are going to make way more money with us. You're going to make 16,453.13 on that same organization, whereas with them you're making only 7,500. And then when that leg goes to 100 with us, you lose the 7,500 a year, but guess what? You're still making almost $9,000 a month. I'm sorry, not a year. You're making that, you're losing that 7,500 a month, but you're still making $9,000 a month. That's pretty cool, man. So let's show you another perspective. Let's say you have a with organizations, right? You got a leg at 75,000, one at 37, and it's all laid out in width and direct legs to you, okay? And this first big leg is at a 95. Let's say all the rest are at 85. So when you add up the vertical compensation in their system, you're making 15,000 a month based on all the overrides, okay? And then in their system, that first leg gets promoted to 100, which matches your level. Your income goes down to 11,250. You lose $4,000, just under $4,000 every month because that leg got promoted. That's their program. Let's show you the exact same organization with us. Right off the bat, you're making 27,000 on that organization. And then when that leg gets promoted to match year 100, you're still making the horizontal comp on them. So your income goes down to 23,250. Boo-hoo. We're sorry for you, man. You see how that works? I think that's pretty cool. So that is it, gang. I am done. I am 5 minutes over, so I apologize. Anyway, that is it. So what I'd recommend is you get with the person that invited you, ask them questions, man. Drill them with questions. Ask them how to do this. How do I get started, right? Drill them with questions, okay? And if you're talking to another IMO, ask them, can I override someone that I'm not contracted with? Can I override an agent in another state that I'm not licensed in? Can I earn money on managed money? They're going to say, no, no, no. Can I earn overrides on my agent's renewals? No. Wow. And then if you tell them about us, you say, oh, that's illegal. No, it's all legal. It's true. Because they have nothing to say about these points right here. So anyway, gang, I'm done. God bless you all. If you got any questions, man, talk to the person that invited you out. And hopefully you'll see the light and you can join us and get this puppy started, man. God bless you all. Take care.